Cuban President Raul Castro was at the Vatican today meeting with Pope Francis, a man who by many accounts played a key role in restoring relations between Cuba and the U.S. Alan Pizzey explains.
The handshake that formally brought Cuban-American relations in from the cold was the final knot in a web of secret meetings, clandestine notes, and back channels spun by Pope Francis and his cardinals. The key was timing. Havana was obsessive about Los Cinco, 5 Cubans caught spying in the U.S. Washington wanted American contractor Alan Gross freed from a Cuban jail. Cuban Cardinal Jaime Ortega and U.S. Senator Patrick Leahy had been on the case for years.
And we knew the president was going to be meeting with Pope Francis in the Vatican. And I thought,
Cardinal Ortega used a Vatican diplomatic courier to take a note from Senator Leahy to the Pope, asking him to intervene on humanitarian grounds. A few days later, Francis told President Obama that resolving the Cuba issue would reap huge benefits for the U.S. in Latin America. President Obama's reaction was welcoming, a senior Vatican source said. Cardinal Ortega was dispatched to meet with Cuban President Raul Castro. Then, as a ruse to get the Cuban cardinal into Washington without arousing suspicion, Cardinal Theodore McCarrick arranged for Ortega to give a speech at Georgetown University. As soon as it was over, a private car spirited the churchman into the White House.
They take him in a side door. Man comes up and said, "Hi, I'm Barack Obama. I understand you have a letter for me," or words to that effect.
In fact, it was a letter of introduction, stating that Ortega was speaking officially for Pope Francis. By the time the meeting was over, a source involved said, a plan of action had been outlined. American and Cuban delegations met at least twice inside the impenetrable confines of the Holy See.
I'm not sure we would have gotten right to the tipping point, right over the spot, without Pope Francis.
Senior Cuban and U.S. State Department officials met at least 9 times in Ottawa and Toronto, according to highly placed Vatican sources. Amazingly, there were no significant leaks. Keeping secrets is what we do, a senior Vatican official said, and the nature of the Cuban system means they're good at it too. Equally remarkable, the Vatican took no credit beyond expressing satisfaction that a deal was done, and a quiet hint from insiders that it won't be the last time Francis calms troubled waters. Alan Pizzey, CBS News, Vatican City.